Hey guys, welcome back. This is Ron here on HaloFollower, and today we have something really exciting to analyze, and that is Halo Infinite concept art posted by @GreenSkull. Go ahead and follow him on Twitter, link down in the description below. Now this is super exciting because, well, it suggests a couple things which I'm going to analyze, maybe put my tinfoil hat on and just, overanalyze as I sometimes do. But nonetheless, this is an amazing, gorgeous picture, and I can't wait to see more of Halo Infinite. And of course, the Halo Infinite trailer 2 may come out sometime soon. Be sure to check out that video down at the description or at the end of this video if you want to find out when the next teaser comes out. But nonetheless, Halo Infinite might be open world, and I made like a 20-minute video about that. Again, that will be at the end of the video or down in the description. And this certainly suggests, as we've seen with many other small pieces or big pieces of evidence, that this may very well be an open world game, the very first one of the Halo franchise. And that's super exciting because, well, certainly a lot of questions come to mind. Well, what are the mechanics going to be? How is the gameplay going to be different or the same as classic Halo or modern Halo? And how beautiful are those mountains going to look in the 3D gameplay, right? This is absolutely amazing. One thing that we just don't do enough is look at concept art of previous games and then see how well that transitioned into the game itself, and to see what new ideas cropped up in the 3D process of making the actual game and what new ideas came into play. And so when looking at this, I'm wondering, well, how are they going to make this look believable in the game? How are they going to make it look as epic as this concept art does? And if they're not making it as epic, how are they going to change it or make it even better looking? So those are just some ideas to think about as we go through this. So those mountains, they really remind me of like the epic landscape in Halo Reach. Halo Reach had a lot of just giant open, wild natureness, and it was just an absolute beauty to look at, right? And then we have the closer mountain, closer to the foreground, the where it's mostly green, and then we got just thousands of trees. And I'm really curious how they're going to pull that off, because again, this is a massive landscape that they would be trying to pull off. As we saw in the Halo Infinite trailer, it certainly seems that there will be a lot of exploring in a wide open space. Non-linear open space, meaning that we're going to go from point A to point C to point F to point B to, and so on. And this base right here, which we'll get into now, it certainly suggests to me that there will be probably more of these bases. Now, I have no idea why this is here or how this got here, because we are led to believe that the Infinity or Master Chief and a few Marines have been stranded here, have crash landed, and we saw that by one of the wounded Marines. We saw that by the crashed Pelican that looks like it's been there, the campsites that we've seen. And so certainly it makes us think that they're on the run from Cortana, right? We already have that in our head pretty well at this point. So, and if you want to learn more about that, I made a video what happens between Halo 5's ending all the way to the beginning of Halo Infinite's beginning. And that actually covers a lot of stuff. And it's very likely that the created war is still going on. And so the questions that I have about this base here is, how did the space get here? Why is it here? Are they stranded or not? What are they doing here? Do they need bases? By the way, that's obviously UNSC as it says on the base itself, so it's not something else, right? Not a rebel base or anything. So why is the UNSC setting up bases on this ring? I thought they were stranded. If they're not stranded, then why was the Pelican crash? Why did they look injured? Was that just a thought that they had in some time in the process of making this game? Who knows? But how big is the landscape? Will there be more bases? And what's very important here is my last question regarding the space is, what does this base have to do in regard with the gameplay itself? What does it contribute? What does it do for the players? Is it a place where we can, modify weapons, get armor, and, get more fuel or pick vehicles or whatever? What does it represent in the gameplay? What relevance does it have, right? And then we see a couple Marines here next to a Warthog, and of course, a Pelican is flying by. So Certainly just, nothing too much to analyze here, but nonetheless, it looks absolutely beautiful, as all of Sparth's work does. And then there's one more thing out here that I want to mention, and it's really hard to tell exactly what that is, because it could be either a UNSC structure, a foreigner structure, an installation. Certainly that would make sense, because presumably everything we're looking at here is on the ring. It looks extremely familiar to the concept demo thing or whatever that we saw at E3 2018. This certainly seems like it is all on Zeta Halo Installation 07. So certainly, how do all these things play together? How does the gameplay work? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm sorry if I just gave you a lot more unanswered questions than you came into this video with Halo Infinite, but certainly I'm really excited about this. Again, if you want to see when the trailer 2 or teaser 2 might come out of Halo Infinite, be sure to watch that video and see why Halo Infinite may actually be an open world game. Before making that video, I had not thought that it was, but after making it, I was convinced that yes, this is an open world game. I learned a lot of things and I shared that information in that video, so be sure to go check it out. And lastly, go follow Green Skull on Twitter. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Peace.